is up, you guys? So I'm back with another video. Decided to just go ahead and go live, but you can see I'm inside of my carport building. I ended up moving it to a different location, and this is actually a different building. As you can see, the metal's different. We had the windstorm come. I think it was last week and the day before last week, and there was tornadoes in the area. My neighbor said that he watched this thing tip over, and I'm really not happy about this at all. But the carport, whenever it tipped, it scratched the Camaro up right here. Put a scratch in it right there, right here. Where else? Put a couple scratches back here, and then it put a little bit of a dent right there. Not bad, but and then right here it scratched it. And this is the worst one of it all. Right here, right on the freaking front fender. And this front fender had no scratches on it at all. So right here's freaking scratched. And then it broke that whenever it tipped. But so I got a new one. And there's nothing wrong with the Camaro. I just put the hood like this because cats get in here and I don't want them scratching the hood up. So I'd rather them climb on this part and climb across the motor and up the windshield and all that, instead of climbing across my nice, beautiful, unscratched hood and them scratching it with their claws. But yeah, ended up doing this too, putting ratchet strap from that side down to here, and from this side down to there. And this thing does not move at all when it's like this. I'm shaking this thing and it's barely moving. So it's sturdy now that I put these ratchet straps. It tightened it up, and no swaying at all from it now. But I just put these ratchet straps here. I just had the anchors. I bought these anchors off Amazon. They're 15 inches. They go all the way down on the ground, and then this screws into them. And then I just put the ratchet strap in, and then connected it to that side. I did that on all four corners. And this thing is real sturdy now. And then this helped out too. It pulled the back corners in, so it'll be the be pretty sturdy now. It says I got 9 people in here watching, but this is just an update on my Camaro. I got it running good now. It runs every start now. She when I first got this thing, it didn't even run. It did not run at all. It had an issue with the there's a let's see, there's a relay right here in this corner, and this behind this kick panel, and they're really bad for going out. And what that controls is your ignition switch. So if you got one of these Camaros or a Firebird from I believe it's 1982 to 1992, the third gens. If you're having a problem with this not working, it either is your ignition switch, it's up underneath of there, or check this relay that's back here behind this. That's what my problem was. It was the relay that was back here behind this kick panel. I had to get a new one, and then now this works. But when I first got it, the car had sat for, let's see, the car had sat for 4 or 5 years not running. He parked it, and then the kid ended up moving to Florida, and then I went and picked this car up, and I had it ever since. But this is definitely my dream car for sure. I ended up, there's still a lot of stuff I want to do to it. Like, I want to repaint the front bumper and stuff like that. But yeah, she cleans up. She cleaned up pretty nice. The only thing really bad whenever I first got it is this was already there. That was already there. The scratches here was already there. And then I had to replace this here. I put all new T-top seals. I should have did a video on that. I put a new seal back in here, but I have full coverage on this thing, so I'm hoping that insurance will fix this stuff here. That's because it happened during the windstorm. And then if they fix it, then I'm just gonna get a quote for a whole entire paint job on this thing, and probably just get the whole thing repainted. And I'll just leave it white, because there's spots like this that need fixed, and a little bit of rust down in there. But I mean, that's the only bad rust right there, and that's just surfaced. And then this here needs cleaned up. But this here is now really freaking sturdy. And it's not going nowhere because I put these ratchet straps there. But I got a brand new tent here. But the other tent I had, these corners had bent when the windstorm came. It had bent these corners on all 3 sides, and there was just that side over here that was not bent no more. That's why I ended up getting a new one of these tents. But this one has a screen in it, so if I want to be in here and it not be open or not get hot, I can just open it, and there already is a good amount of airflow coming through here. But oh, and in here I need to get this rust fixed too, but it's not too bad. And then the only bad part is over here. It's right here. That's cracked, but it was cracked whenever he had got it. And I looked back in his pictures on his Facebook from the dude I got it from. I tried to Bondo it, but it ended up breaking again. Price out just a whole new one of these on the side. I'm looking around on eBay to see if I can find one used. But yeah, I'm hoping the insurance will fix this stuff and not make my premiums go up or whatever. But I mean, I can go ahead and list everything off that's brand new on this thing now, because I went through this thing. I replaced the hot cable, the ground cable, Brand new battery, brand new alternator, brand new seals inside of the TBI unit. So it's got all new seals in there now. The pressure regulator that has like a big spring in there, I replaced that thing. The seal that was inside of there. I put a new air cleaner on there. I ended up having this green wires for my tack inside. I ended up having to run that on the inside and have an aftermarket tack because the tack is not working, the stock one. So I have a tack right here that I wired up, and all that it's holding on is a big old zip tie and a bolt wound up through the stock to the stock dash pad. But got my fans running on a switch because I couldn't figure out why they aren't working, but I believe I figured it out why they weren't working. Not 100% sure. When I first got the car, this hose right here that goes in the radiator and goes down back here and connects to this thing here. It was cut right here and folded and zip tied, so coolant was leaking out of there. Now I'm not sure if this is the reason my fans were not running or not, and it's a possibility it is, but I'm not 100% sure. But I went ahead and replaced this sensor too, because that sensor was giving the car problems. I replaced that sensor there. I gotta do a whole new coolant. One day I'm gonna go ahead and get the coolant replaced. I'm gonna drain it all and flush it and get it all cleaned up real good. Now I got a 5.7 that can drop down in this that's sitting in my garage right now. But I'm gonna wait until this thing blows up. When this thing blows up, which I doubt it will anytime soon because the car's got 90,000 miles on it. But I also put a new brake caliper on that side and a new brake line because that side the brake was locked up and it was sticking. And I went ahead and got the new brake caliper for this side as well. And I got a new brake line for this side too, I think, but I haven't replaced it yet. But this car is all stock, all except for this here. What's underneath of it's stock, but this is just plastic over top of the stock. Whatchamacallit, I ended up buying it off of, I think, eBay for 55 bucks, and it's just a cover, plastic cover to make it look new again. But the seats, they're from a 93 Camaro. The back seats, they're the original back seats. Gotta figure out how to get that junk that's in the seat out. And then I'm missing the headliner. And I do got the mirrors, but the T-tops, they do leak still for some reason, even after I replace these. I think it's the crossbar that goes along the top up here. I believe it's this. I think I need to get a new one of them. But when I very first got the car, if any of you guys look back on my videos, this was rusted right here. I got the rust out and painted over it. And then this here too, that was rusted too. And that right there is rusted still. And then back here was like that too. There was rust up in there and I fixed it. And I gotta fix that stuff there too, but that's not super bad like the rest of it was. Yeah, there was another spot right here too. I fixed that too. I didn't Bondo it or nothing. But I like this car. It's my favorite car I've had so far. And I also installed this radio. I was wanting to get a CarPlay, but didn't have the money at the time, so I just went ahead and got this touchscreen radio here, but that'll be alright. But there's still a little bit more stuff I want to do to this car. My plan is to my mind keeps going blank for some reason. But I plan to restore this car completely. I want to try to get this working again, because the RPM's one that's not working. That's why I have this RPM installed, gauge installed. And then I gotta get a new gas, the new ascending unit, because my gas gauge don't work. But my fans work now. My temp sensor works because I see it go up. My voltage regulator, or whatever they call that gauge that shows your voltage for your battery, that works. I ended up changing this up. I put put this on there, but I did it wrong. It's supposed to be drive over drive, second and first, not first, second, and third. But I just did that just to make it look better. It used to be black and all scratched up. I painted it white and added that stuff. And then also I added this cup holder. It was off Amazon. And then there's it's not hooked up, but got USB in there. And then put new window switches in. And then on this side, I put a brand new window motor in. Because it was dead, it would not work at all. And then this one, the motor's still going, so I just left that one in there, but I got another one in the garage, so when it does go out, then I can replace the motor in that. And then this side is, the driver's side here is completely done, seal-wise. All new seals on this side. I replaced this seal that's up here already. New door seals all around the side. New seal in here. This is what they looked like before. It's real cracked up and stuff like that. I replaced it on this side. She's all new here now. Cost us $600 for the kit just to replace all that stuff. And I put a new door seal on this side. Now I just gotta replace this here, the seal that's up here, and then this seal here, and then I'm completely done with seals. And then I also replaced this seal on the other side because it was kind of ripped right here. This one's like that too, but I got another one of those too. But yeah, I'm just a little upset because of the windstorm tearing my carport apart and putting scratches on her. This is original paint too. That's why I'm trying to keep it the same original paint. This is original hood, but the boy that I got it from, he spray painted it all black. I'm hoping I can probably take this black paint off and it still be the original paint underneath. I'm not 100% sure if I can do that or not, because I don't know if not sure if he sanded this and then sprayed it, or if he just sprayed it over top of the clear. But this thing used to have the orange stripe that went across the cowl there, and it was a white hood. I'm not sure why he painted it black, but yeah, these are new seals. They needed replaced because the T-top was leaking on the edges, but now it just leaks only if I go through like a car wash, and I believe it's leaking right in here from this T-top crossbar, because it leaks in the middle and comes out of these holes in here. Also got new door pins too that I gotta install, but it leaks out of these holes here, which is the T-top crossbars right there, and it's soft right there. So I'm pretty sure that's why it's leaking. But it'll leak out of here, out of these holes, and then sometimes it'll leak out of that hole back there. But yeah, the only thing that's missing in this car is the headliner. Headliner, that's it. Everything else is here. All the plastics are here. Everything's here except the headliner. And but eventually she'll be completely restored. I'll have a new paint job on her and everything. I'm saving up for a actual garage to put her in, and then I won't have to worry about the wind blowing this thing over or anything, because what she's in is only temporary and it's only going to last for so long. The other one lasted me a good 6 months before it got destroyed, and it probably would have lasted me another 6 months if the wind wouldn't have took off with it and put holes in the roof of it. What happened was I'll show you here. What happened was the wind had took it, flipped it upside down, and the roof had landed on that pole right there and put a big old hole in the roof of it up there. So I just got a whole new one, and then a whole new tent, because the company that I got the tent from didn't want to replace the bent corners that were up here. So I ended up just getting a whole new tent, and this one was cheaper. The other one I liked better because it was kind of Velcro, but at the same time, that's the reason that this thing got took off with, because ended up doing like this at the top, and the Velcro would rip down the side and not stay shut. But this one here, it keeps the wind out at least. But keeps the sun off of it. That's all I care about, is that she keeps the sun off. But she definitely a good sturdy building. I paid $200 with it after tax, and doing what I just did with these ratchet straps here. I've seen somebody else do it in a Facebook marketplace, and ad, I seen that they did this, put the straps in there like that, and it made her sturdy. But this thing ain't going nowhere this time, because these things here are down 15 inches down on the ground, so, and they're not going nowhere. They shouldn't anyways. If they do, then I'll probably have to sue the company, I guess. I don't know. But, and then this is what made it really sturdy here, is putting a strap from there to there, and then from there to here. So, like I showed a bunch of these other guys, shaking it, she ain't going nowhere. Before she was swaying in the wind and stuff, but now it's windy out here and she's not swaying no more. So, but I'm gonna hop off here, you guys. Just wanted to give you guys an update what I got going on here. But catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, you guys.